Hello everyone, welcome back to the Lincoln Journal-Star's Rapid Reaction. Luke Mullin alongside Amie, just coming at you for the third time in 4 days here from Memorial Stadium. First we had an actual football game.
We did.
Then we had a coach firing.
We did.
And today we got to meet the new man in charge, Mickey Joseph.
Yes.
Interim head coach taking over from his wide receiver position. And he had a lot of good things to say today. But Amie, first I want to get to you because you've known Mickey for a long time, dating back to his time in Louisiana. Just what were some of your first impressions of Mickey there, and what did you kind of hear from him today?
Yeah, so today he felt a little more buttoned up.
Yeah.
His boss was in the building. Trev Alberts was lurking in there today, but yeah, this is Mickey. He's very straight-laced, very in your face, no BS. Mm-hmm. It's very Mickey, and we got a lot of that today. As we've seen in press conferences with him, whether that was with me at LSU or him here, he doesn't hold a lot back. If he wants to be hard on you, he will be very hard on you, and sometimes will take that over into the media, as we saw earlier this season with him saying that there's a lot of work that needed to be done with receiver. Now things look okay there. So a couple drops, but those things happen. So yeah, it's been a very interesting 48 hours for the program, for Mickey Joseph, for Scott Frost, for everybody really involved. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what side of Mickey we see moving forward when it's not this, intro, super serious, post kind of craziness press conference.
Yeah, you get the sense kind of today that he was kind of getting his feet wet, in that head coaching role. Because, you think he comes to Nebraska as this wide receiver coach. Yes, he has that assistant head coach title. But at the same time, it's like, you get in your rhythm with his wide receiver room. He gets used to having these guys in the building, doing whatever he does, team meetings, day-to-day basis, and suddenly everything just goes crazy this weekend. I mean, he's doing all the responsibilities of a head coach, setting the schedule for the week, different meetings with different position groups, stuff he wouldn't have even had to worry about before. So it's just been totally crazy for him. But what we have learned is he's made a couple changes, a couple important moves. In terms of the practice schedule, I think that was the first thing he mentioned. Used to have the day off on Sunday. Now they used to have the day off on Monday. Now they'll come into the building on Sunday, have the day off on Monday. So slightly tweaked schedule there. Also on defense, Eric Chenander, defensive coordinator, he's going to be working more with the safeties. Mm-hmm. Defensive backs coach Travis Fisher, he'll be working with the cornerbacks and the nickel. Mickey said, that's kind of a situation where you only got two eyes. You only got the ability to work with these groups, one coach at a time. So having those different position group breakdowns, hopefully help that defense, make improvements. And it seems like live tackling, that's been brought to practice. Mickey said they did a good job today tackling. So that's going to be a few key changes there to try to get the ball rolling, get those improvements made that he wants to see.
Yeah, and on offense, since Mickey's going to be so busy doing all of the things required of a head coach, they've promoted one of the offensive analysts, Mike Cassada, to be the new full-time wide receivers coach, which that just makes sense because Mickey's got a lot going on. More things concern him now where he needs to, pay attention to some of the defense and special teams instead of just the receivers in the pass game.
Absolutely. And, in terms of his demeanor today, too, I thought was excellent. You mentioned obviously a little bit more businesslike than what you always see from Mickey, but, he spoke a lot about how these players are the number one importance for him, taking every game one game at a time. Obviously he's got 9 games, perhaps as an audition for this head coaching role or just to show what he can do to elevate this program. But, maybe that's a little bit of coach speak, but I think it's exactly what they need right now. I mean, you cannot look at kind of the long-term vision at this point in time. You really have to make these incremental changes day by day. Look ahead to Saturday. It's a big opportunity coming up. And obviously he's a guy who knows Oklahoma very well. He talked about playing them back in the Big 8 all the time.
Yeah, and he didn't talk about this, but, the terrifying, kind of gross and gruesome injury that he sustained when he was quarterback is against Oklahoma. So maybe it would feel good to get a win there. Gosh, what a story that would be.
Absolutely.
Whew.
And I mean, among the team, you get the sense, obviously, for us, their head coach, the guy who brought them there, the guy that they were all ready to play for, obviously that's going to sting. Mickey said it's been a tough 48 hours. The guys have handled it like champs. But at the same time, it's a new life. It's a new chance for this team. A lot of the pressure has to be off with this, with kind of the threat of your head coach getting fired looming over your head, the early season struggles. Obviously, it might not be a case where everything changes, heading into this Oklahoma game. Yes, there might still be missed tackles. Yes, there still might be special teams or issues on offensive line that need to be rectified. But there's a new life to this team. Mickey Joseph seems to be, enacting these changes quickly, and the players are responding well to it. So I think it was great to hear from him today, and look forward to seeing what he does the rest of the week.
Yeah, like we said, it's only been 48 hours since this change took effect. So things are going to, have to be smoothed out. It's not like this just comes into a clear picture right away. There are things we will find out as, the games continue, the weeks continue, and it'll be an interesting ride.
Absolutely, and he'll have a lot to do this week. Big noon Saturday coming here, 11 a.m. kick. Number 6 Oklahoma comes here to Memorial Stadium. We'll be here for all the coverage. So thank you all for tuning in to another Rapid Reaction. For Amie Just, I've been Luke Mullin. We'll see you on Saturday.